Hi, I'm Tracy Isman, and I'll be sounding the shofar on the second day of Rosh Hashanah here in the sanctuary. When I was growing up, I picked up the euphonium, or the baritone horn. It is between the trumpet and the tuba, and some people have said it's like a trombone rolled up and played like a trumpet. And I played that all throughout high school and then into college, but not professionally in college, just in the marching band and the pep band. And between high school and college, I went to Israel and I bought my friend here. And I've been sounding it for as long as I can remember now. Don't know the exact year. I'm gonna say somewhere around 2015, maybe between 2012 and 2015. It's a lot smaller, as you can see here. It's a lot smaller than a euphonium or a tuba mouthpiece. It's more along the lines of even smaller than a trumpet mouthpiece. So yeah, it did take some getting used to, but it's been so long and I've practiced enough on trumpets as well as trombones and tubas and baritones, and now this guy. So it's easier than it was when I first started. I remember I didn't want a little one. That was as far as I remember. I was 18, newly to Israel on my gap year program. My parents were visiting Israel, and I think we both saw this one. My mom and I both saw this one, and we were like, "This is the one." It was prettier than the others. I remember that, and it came with its own case, which is also very cool. And luckily, my mom was able to take it home right then and there when she finished her trip to Israel. So I spent the rest of the school year in Israel without having to schlep this guy around. I don't remember the first year, I just remember being very nervous. I don't remember the exact year. Again, Dan Nessen might. We can ask him. Yeah, I was very nervous. I did it okay, and I figured if I can do that okay when I was that nervous, maybe next year I'll do even better. So I kept coming back. It makes me feel special, like I'm part of a community of an even smaller community of Judaism. You know, I'm part of that group of people that sound the shofar, that stood on you know, the Western Wall, or on the old Temple Mount, that blew the shofar to bring people to pray, and it makes me feel special, but it also makes me feel proud that I can bring this old tradition into the new year and hopefully inspire some future shofar blowers. Definitely the first few times every year, my hands are sweaty, my breath is short. And I feel fluttering just because I always have stage fright. Never been one to be a soloist. But after the first few, once I get the sound out and my lips stop worrying, I stop worrying if my lips remember how to blow the shofar. My breath comes easier, my chest stops pounding, and I just sink into it, and it's almost like I don't even have to think about what calls are coming. I just hear the call, I do it, and I know that no matter what sound comes out, you know, it's still gonna be a good experience for me, for everybody present. When COVID first started, I wanted to play this. Dan Nessen had the idea of us just going to a street corner near where we live and just blowing the shofar at a certain time, which was a great idea. The problem was that somebody suggested, I think it might have been my brothers actually, suggested I put a mask over the end of the shofar. Now, I didn't think much of this at the time, but when I did that, I used a hair tie to secure it around the end of this. And I realized that obviously the breath that I push into the shofar has to come out at some point. And so no sound came out, and I could barely even push any air through this because it was blocked on the other end. But I took the mask off, did it on my street corner. People came out of their houses, came to see what was happening. I got into a lot of interesting conversations with my neighbors who I'd never seen before. There were a few people even on my street that I knew were Jewish, and they happened to be there, and they all said Yasher Koach, and it was nice, or Yasher Kocha, I suppose. But it was really nice to be part of that community in a place that isn't my normal community.